over 20 years. And long before that, traffic is backed up. As you go through the city of Fairfield, as you head down towards the central part of the Bay Area, traffic has been an ongoing issue for decades. At the same time, people still want to move here. People want new houses. Well, every time you add more people, more houses, you're putting more pressure on the freeways running through this area. So the problem not only has been here a long time, it's only going to get worse if we don't do something to provide alternate means for people to commute in. So this train station is really going to help with that. The Fairfield-Vacaville train station project is a project to construct a new Capital Corridor rail station, a commuter rail station to serve the eastern part of the city of Fairfield and all of the city of Vacaville. So it would be a new train station that would allow commuters in those areas to go anywhere from where we are eastward to Sacramento or westward to the central part of the Bay Area, all the way down to San Jose or connecting with BART in the Richmond BART station. The Capital Corridor is what they call a joint powers authority, which is a group of government entities that come together for a common purpose. And the purpose that these governmental entities came forward for was to create a commuter rail service extending all the way from Placer County east of Sacramento all the way down to San Jose and Santa Clara County. So governments of each of the counties along the railroad tracks got together along with BART to put together a commuter rail service. The plans for the train station started, at least as a concept, started back in the early 1990s. And within the region, there was a plan put together for a series of new stations within Solano County. The eastern part of Fairfield was identified as one of those sites. We didn't know where that would be, but the study put together 4 different alternative locations along the tracks within Fairfield's jurisdiction. And from there, we did further environmental studies of each of those sites. We were able to quickly determine that 2 of those sites just had too many environmental impacts and were going to be too expensive to build on while mitigating for those impacts. We then looked at the additional 2 sites, did much more detailed studies of those sites, and ultimately concluded that one site, the site that we eventually picked, had by far the fewest environmental impacts, and it was the right site, and our city council agreed.
But the actual construction of the project really began in 2012, 2013, when we had to relocate a lot of the utility work, do all the stuff in advance for the main project and construction, which is now. So the major construction work, which is roughly $34.5 million, is being completed now, and that started in March 2014 and will be completed October 2016. We're planning on the first train stopping spring 2017.
The project will benefit the community in a number of ways, but the biggest way I think it's going to benefit the community is that current residents out in that area and future residents will have a really easy commuting option to get to areas that currently, if you want to drive down to the central part of the Bay Area during the rush hour, you're fighting traffic. Whereas once we've built this station, they'll be able to get on the train, they won't have to fight the traffic, they can do work, so it'll allow residents of the city to commute without having to put up with the traffic, which benefits the region. It gets cars off of those roads, benefiting those people who are on the roads who don't have the ability to take the train. The other benefit that it's going to provide is that in conjunction with the train station itself is a new overcrossing of the railroad tracks. And so currently we have a 2-lane crossing on Peabody Road, what we call at grade, meaning the gates have to come down when the trains go by. As a part of the train station project, we'll be building a 6-lane overcrossing so that cars can go over the tracks without having to stop. So in addition to the commuting benefits, locally in that immediate location, anyone who drives along Peabody Road, their traffic conditions will be improved as well.
We did engage the public and to get feedback on how they would want to proceed with that. Since that area, that corridor is a major place for the base, Travis Air Force Base, the schools, there's major schools in that area. The process was a long 2.5, 3-year process of asking people, do you want to have intermittent traffic impacts in that area, or if we just shut it down? And the resounding response from the public was that yes, let's just close it down, limit it to 1 school year, and doing that would be better than having traffic flow or congestion in that area, and it also saves the city roughly $2.5–3 million.